Aujourd'hui, on va rencontrer Jaden Smith. Tout le monde a une opinion sur lui. Est-ce que c'est un vrai créatif? Est-ce que c'est juste un nepo baby? Aujourd'hui, on va lui poser toutes les questions. Est-ce que son univers, il est chaud en design, en création? Comment il construit son identité par rapport à son parcours, ses parents, etc. On est au Palais Brognard. Pour ça, justement, suivez-moi. Et là, on est sous 40 degrés, on est en train de frire carrément, laisse tomber. Il fait trop chaud. J'ai ma veste, tout ça, c'était pour le flow, mais vas-y. Je crois que je vais enlever ça tout de suite. I've been following your work since like a while now, and I see like you're moving around like different creative genre, and I'm really interested about your process. How do you create, and what's your creative process?
You know, I make a lot of presentations. I constantly create those presentations for each different sector of the company.
Okay.
So marketing presentations, footwear presentation, break it up between like sneaker presentation, city shoe and evening wear presentation, and send them to the separate teams that work on those things.
Okay.
So that everyone knows where my head is. So that's really how I get my vision across, is by creating these presentations.
So what do you put in it? Like it's like more like a mood board, or it's
a lot of words.
Yeah.
Images with like words over top of them to explain exactly what I mean, and then me getting up and explaining and pointing at the presentation and saying this, that. It's like a presentation that also needs me to be there to explain the presentation. Yeah.
That's actually sick. You really like involved into the process.
Absolutely.
How do you manage to balance like the Louboutin heritage with your own creative vision?
What I managed to do is to work with Christian. So me and Christian's offices are right next to each other.
Okay.
So they're separated by a glass wall. So when he has meetings, I just look into them, you know, and when I have meetings, he just looks into them. And if he draws something, I can see it while he's doing it. And if I put something up on my wall, he can see it while I'm doing it. So it's a very, collaboration is built into the architecture of the way that the offices are set up.
Yeah.
So we get to just work on things together and all the time. So that's how we mix it together, just by mixing us together and our ideas together.
Yeah, that's quite amazing, because what I like with that is there is actually two generations working together, you know?
Yeah.
How does it feel like?
It feels like this is the way that is the best way to pass information into the next generation. And I feel like there's always a lot of criticisms about young people of every generation. The young people get criticism, and I think that it's deserved a lot of the time. But what, you know, we really need is for people that know how to do it for real to help us and to guide us and to be our mentors. And that's what Christian does for me, is he's actually a mentor for me, and he helps to guide me into the direction that I need to go into, as well as allowing me to be myself and to express myself.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, because both of you are kind of humble, because you have like a long time career in a fashion, etc. And it was not like, okay, this is like a new generation, etc. And you also, you kind of, you know, and you still have like you show that kind of humility.
Yeah, it's a great working relationship, and I'm just happy to be here and to be able to work with him so closely, and with the entire dream team that we have at Christian Louboutin. Everybody that we work with on our team is just amazing.
Yeah. How do you feel and work with kind of the pressure? Because right now you kind of like everybody knows you and know your work, etc. So how do you feel about the pressure, and how do you work with that situation?
Ever since I was very young, being born into the family that I've been born into, I felt that immense amount of pressure. Let's say when I was studying Pursuit of Happiness with my dad, making my first movie, acting alongside of my dad, I felt that pressure. Or making Karate Kid, having to do martial arts next to Jackie Chan. So I feel like for my entire life, I've felt that pressure. And I think like animals that live under the ocean, they get used to like whales that like live, or like giant squids that live like in the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean. I think they get used to just to living on that, just to there in the ocean. Other animals like humans be like, we can't go down there unless we have a submarine. It's too much pressure. But for a giant squid, it's just like, I was born down here. I've always felt this, and I'm a giant squid and I just live at the bottom of the ocean.
That's a metaphor. That's pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And regarding your, like, when you work, do you think about that, or you just like working anyway and you...
No. because no matter what I do, the pressure will still be there. So there's no reason to think about it.
Yeah.
So I just do the work and I make the stuff and I make things that would make me proud. And that's what I do.
Yeah, that's kind of like an athlete's way of thinking.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite shoes in the collection. It's called the Jedediah shoe. And I think it brings luxury and like kind of sneaker culture together in one place in this kind of exaggerated sole. So this is probably one of my favorite shoes in the collection for sure. We have a basketball shoe here that's green and blue. But then we also have another version of this basketball shoe that's right here that comes in different colors that are more wearable if you're wearing gray or brown or sand or tan or white. So we have this, and then we have these two colorways over here. This is another basic basketball shoe that I really, really like.
You were really into like a different pattern of colors.
Yeah.
Remember back then?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty interested in like, how did you not swift it, but it changed like through the years?
Yeah, I think my brand Misfits really changed the patterns of colors that I like to wear and that I think about. And I would go through a lot of different times where I would like wearing all rainbow colors or wearing only certain colors. And I just bounce back and forth between the two. And it really depends on what time of year it is. It depends on what time of year it is.
I see.
But I am changing because usually in the summertime is the time of the year for me to start wearing all the crazy colors and stuff. But and I still like to do that. These are the childlike wonder, these are the childlike wonder shoes. And this is, reflective of the trippy summer times and the times of when I was wearing like rainbow colored stuff all the time.
How do you manage to work with the red color? It was like easy to go, or that was something that was challenging at the beginning?
Well, when I was a kid, red was my favorite color, so it was really easy for me to do red. What's difficult for me is to like not do red. This is my favorite bag right here.
Yeah.
This is about childlike wonder, but in a different way, more of a tactical way. And the mythology and the history and the story behind the collections can start to be felt with things like this. And you can start to imagine the Christian Louboutin man with this on his back and a fucking bow and arrow. And he takes it and he's running through a structure like this. But what is he doing? I don't know. We need more context clues to figure out where they're going. What are they doing? What's happening in this world?
That's kind of interesting because it's like, this is a little bit related to the kids' world. Like the shoes that we saw before.
Absolutely.
And also the art.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So then you have this red Christian Louboutin duffel bag that I imagine this being in every Christian Louboutin store in the world. So that's why I designed it. That's how I think about things, where I have my crazy ideas. I have my basic ideas like this bag, and then I have my insane ideas like this bag, this is the camera bag, with the Christian Louboutin canopy logo printed here on the crossbody section. You have the CL logo in metal right here on the tip of the camera lens. It's a camera bag. It's inspired by the 1908 camera that I bought here in France to shoot the last campaign. So, that's the vibe.
You're super focused and like specific, so I'm asking like, why do you think people think that you just like coming like this and you don't know anything, instead of like perfectly what you're doing actually?
For me, I can't get into the minds of other people, and I can't really explain to you why other people think the things that they think. I think that everybody's opinion is valid for themselves, but at the same time, I can't like jump into their opinions or like try to understand them or try to like figure out why people say and do what they do. People have to choose what they wake up and do every day. I have to do what I have to do when I wake up every day. And that's the world that we live in. So I think that anybody that feels any type of way about anything, I welcome all different types of people's opinions. I just have to continue to make my camera bags and my bow and arrow bags and stuff. You know what I mean?
In the future like this, what do you want people to remember about your part with that Christian Louboutin history,
I want them to remember the stories that we told. And I want them to remember the references, and I want them to remember the feeling of shock and awe and the feeling of mystery and history.
Very interesting, man.
Yeah.
I love that moment. That was crazy, man.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Jaden Smith, il n'est pas dans le RP célébrité. Franchement, je le trouve méthodique, concentré dans le design et tout ça. Et il a conscience que c'est un épo baby, clairement. Hein. Il accepte la critique, il a du recul dessus. Et je pense que pour Louboutin, c'est pas un handicap pour moi. C'est plutôt exponentiel. C'est-à-dire qu'il arrive à avoir un vrai impact, que ce soit négatif comme positif. Les gens en parlent et c'est ça le plus important. Et ça fait que il a une clientèle internationale qui se développe. Et surtout aux US, j'ai l'impression, où ça résonne pas mal. Niveau design, je trouve que les gens ils sont beaucoup plus durs envers lui. Il prend le boulot des créatifs pour certains, ce qui n'est pas forcément le cas selon moi. Mais ce qui est sûr, c'est qu'il apporte quelque chose dans le sens où il mixe bien héritage et sa créativité. Voilà, il ne va pas hésiter à prendre les méta actuels qui fonctionnent bien, genre les pattes avec les petits doigts de pied, les grosses semelles, les sacs tressés. Il est dans la méta. Donc je ne vais pas dire que c'est genre le créatif suprême. Non, c'est pas ça. Mais c'est quelqu'un qui est en mesure de comprendre l'époque dans laquelle il est, de pouvoir toucher des gens avec un langage qui existe déjà et en plus pouvoir jouer avec l'héritage de Christian Louboutin. Et ça, c'est pas donné à tout le monde d'avoir ce recul-là, tu vois. Donc je comprends que les gens ils disent qu'ils aient des jugements en mode ouais, c'est pas ouf, etc. Mais en vrai, t'as 40 000 créateurs qui font des choses moins bien. Merci d'avoir regardé la vidéo jusqu'au bout. On est toujours sur le shonen YouTube. On vise les 10K très rapidement. Donnez-nous la force, likez, commentez, partagez. Et on se retrouve sur la prochaine vidéo. Là, on enchaîne. On envoie des vidéos tout le temps. Let's go.